We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jack Putella here.
and I am Jill DeWitt here, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2217. Today, we talk about the easiest way to fund your land deals without using your own money. Huge fan here. Talk about something that was never available to us.
Yes, or our members. Yeah, back in the day, I remember selling things quickly. I need to hurry up and sell this so I can buy that. I've got to string this seller along so I can afford to do this, and then this is going to work out. It was tricky. Now you don't have to do that. I was like, and it was hard because sometimes 10 great deals were at me. And I'm like, holy moly, how am I going to buy all 10 of these? I got to figure out a way. Now, it's not that hard.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's a glorious benefit to starting in this business now versus a long time ago, because deal funding and access to capital really stopped scaling a business like this.
Yeah.
You had to buy a property, sell it, and wait for the money, and then go buy another one, and on and on and on.
Or borrow the money. There's all kinds of horrible things. But we'll talk about that.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Okay, so this is from our new member section.
This is a long question.
Okay.
So as you go through it, if it's all right with you, I'm going to answer their little sub-questions.
Okay. Hoping someone with experience with SFRs can provide some guidance. It's a long post, so apologies in advance. I'm trying to get ready to mail for SFRs and have a few questions after reviewing the House Academy material.
SFRs,
House Academy and Land Academy.
SFRs are single-family residences.
Yep. Okay, so for the SFR regular green test, so the sold to listed ratio isn't discussed, unless I missed it. Is it a 2-to-1? Is 2-to-1 ratio still ideal? I'm finding the ratio is typically much higher for houses. So for those mailing houses, are you aiming for a higher ratio?
No, that's a very good question. What you want, quite simply, is to find a market where, if you analyze it, if let's say there's 100 properties that sold in the last 6 months, and there's 100 properties for sale, you can work up from there. 1-to-1 is what you want.
Ideally, you want 100 sold and 50 for sale, or 20 for sale.
Yeah. It's a little bit more complicated because you want to check the velocity. You want to make sure that it's always like that and trending, and it's not complicated at all once you get to it. But this is a very good question. Yes.
And days on market will smoke that out and things like that.
If you do the red, green, yellow test, as I do it in the program, the answer is heck yes.
Well, it's interesting. We're not. I know there's still parts of this question, but tip: houses are easier. Okay,
Yes.
So scrubbing out houses with mortgages. I understand how targeting owners without a mortgage makes it easier for deals with a higher likelihood of owners who can sell below retail, of course. But my question is regarding the idea, what if there's a 3-to-1 and a 5-to-1 ARM loan from the pandemic boom, and they're adjusting now, then how advantageous is to target those owners? It really does come down to equity.
It's massively advantageous.
So yeah, but if they need, I guess, yeah. And then does what does TLDR mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Does sold to new listing ratio matter in SFRs? Do I still avoid mortgages on SFRs for easier deals, or does a hypersupply and recession market cycle change the approach?
These are very, very good questions.
Yeah.
The sold to new listing ratio really matters for SFRs, but it matters about as much as land. Here's the deal. With houses and SFRs, you have a lot more data. True. There's way, way more data. You have hundreds and hundreds of units to sift through to come to some conclusion about what should happen. And in a land market, if you've ever done a mailer, you have to struggle to find data and extrapolate, and maybe it forces you to look for non-like kind comparison values both on the buy and the sell side. You don't have to do that in most housing markets. So, again, I come back to the red, green, yellow test is designed almost literally. There's 3 questions here. Is almost literally addresses these 3 things. If you run the actual red, green, yellow test, like I talk about in House Academy, just run it like it will address all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Your questions are fantastic, by the way.
And it'll smoke out these concerns. You'll see it.
Yep.
Cool. Today's topic, the easiest way to fund a land deals without using your own money. Well, that would be deal funding. You know what's interesting? Over the years, word has gotten out how smart our community is. And so we started deal funding ourselves.
We started that on the internet.
So we started it on ourselves, funding deals within our community. So then other people said, oh, well, wait a minute. I can throw my money in there too after I get some more deals, get some stuff. I can fund within the community, right? We're like, sure. This is your community. Do with whatever makes sense for everybody, kind of thing. We can all fund each other's deals, so however works out best. What's interesting is word has gotten out. Well, it's always been that way. I mean, since we launched, people said this group is smart. I'm like, duh, no kidding. Well, even based on this question, what do you mean you're running a red, yellow, green test? What do you mean you're pulling this data? What do you mean you're comparing it against that? Those are things that most of people in the real estate world don't even understand, nor do they do. Like, hey, it looks pretty. I'll buy it. Whatever. I think I can sell it for this. I'm gonna update the pool or the backyard, whatever, and it's gonna make that much more money. How do you know? You gotta buy it right. Anyway, that's not how we look at things. So the point is we have attracted a healthy amount of people that are coming into our little world with a lot of dough, just because how smart this is. So the point I want to make is, if you have a great deal, there's no shortage of money within Land Academy in our community, but you have to have a great deal. Don't give me a 50-50. Don't be like, let's see what Jill thinks. Or these 3 people didn't like it. Like, I'm looking at one right now that I'm not sure I'm the first person they ran it by. I'm like, I shouldn't be the last person. That if I say I should be up there on the list too. It needs to be a smoking deal that you just don't have the dough for. You're looking at what you can sell yourself to fund it. Like, I might even sell my car and take the bus. It's that good of a deal, because then I'll buy myself a new car later, kind of thing.
I like that.
Then you
That's
put
a
it in
show.
front of us.
Sell your car and take the bus kind of deal.
Because it's that good. So getting funding within our group is great. And the whole point is, it just has to be, like I said, a screaming deal. It has to be like, holy moly, I can't believe it. We got to hurry up and buy this kind of deal. And then what do? Well, the easiest way is really just put it to, I have landfunding.com. Just go there and there's a little form, fill it out. Give me the address, give me the APN, give me all the information you've got to this point. We've agreed upon this price. This is what I think it could sell for based on these 2 people I talked to. All of that, just your initial, this is why I'm like, we got to move on this deal information. And then give me 24 hours. My team will get it to me. They'll get all the questions. They'll make sure I have all the stuff I need, and then they'll get it to me, and then we'll see if we're going to move forward. And maybe I have some more questions. So, and that's it. And we roll forward. I don't really, because we've done it on other shows, I don't need to, I think, go into all the nitty gritty of how escrow works and whose name goes on it and all that. There's other episodes that you could listen to for that, but it's happening right now. And my point, I've got some deals coming at me that are not that great. So that's why this topic is important to me. It is easy to get deals funded without using your own money. It has to be a great deal. Some of the deals come to me are iffy deals, and I won't fund them. And like Jack said, we talked about this a lot, especially this week. It needs to be, like the show yesterday, he was giving an example. When it's retail 120, we can sell it for 75 easy. Even arguing maybe it should be a little bit higher so it doesn't look like there's something wrong with it. We should be buying it for 30. And when you got the guy who says, I'll give it to you for 15, then you're like, oh, we got to run and buy this. That's the deal. And that's what's going on right now. And that's what you should be looking for. And yeah, might take a little bit longer to find them right now in this environment. Maybe people are a little hesitant of even selling anything. I don't know. But that's what you're looking for.
Your job, if you want it, for the rest of your life, is to do one thing. locate and secure amazing real estate transactions. Everything else after that is just semantic.
Yep.
And you will become incredibly wealthy. Your personal wealth that you create will be tied to that talent. So you want to come up with 13 deals a day? Done. We can do all 13 of them. If you want to come up with 13 a month, sure. 13 a year? Yep. It's just, it all has to do with getting an amazing, having the talent to find amazing real estate deals.
Yeah. I'm going to end my thing on this. Every time that someone has asked me like, whoa, what are you talking about? So I say, well, let me ask you, what are you into? Cars. Awesome. What kind of car would you like to have today if you could have any car you want? Oh, I want a McLaren. Okay. You want a McLaren. Great. So what's that? I don't know. What is that? Like 400,000, let's just say 500.
Yeah, I don't know. 300 probably. Yeah.
All right.
280.
Whatever it is, you're buying a nice one. It's 400,000. Let's just say you've got your eyes on this $400,000 car. Yeah. I already actually have it picked out. Great. What if you had the opportunity to buy it for 200? What would you do? I would buy it right now.
You would find the money.
Duh. That's what I'm talking about. You know, that kind of a deal. Why? What's so funny?
Just duh. You've said duh like 10 times.
I do.
I don't know what.
Just
13 sometimes.
To which I say, duh. Yeah. Anyway.
When you get older, you start to act like you're 13. Jill asked me in a haze a few mornings ago. She looked up at me and said, why are you up? Because I was in a haze still from getting up. I said, because the sun's out.
That was his answer. I'm like, that's all you got?
That didn't make sense to her.
Okay.
It made complete sense to me. I didn't even know what time it was. It was just the sun was up.
The sun was up, so I got up. Like, okay.
Sun comes up at 5 a.m. All
right. I think I made my point. Smoke and deal. The money will come. The money will come. That's it. Join us tomorrow where we discuss we discuss the role of persuasion in land buying and selling.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.